Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Go ahead, follow that prompter if you are new. There is a lot of things going on today. A lot of things going on today, good people. It's like a soap opera slash uh, stock market slash crypto. All right, we're going to get right into it. It's been a crazy day. A lot of people lost money this morning in options because the market was absolutely insane right at opening bell. We had data that came out in the pre-markets, and there was two data points. One sent it slightly sinking, and just at opening bell, another data point came out. It surged up on news that the president was talking to the president of China. So President Trump and President Xi got on a call, all right, as the Germans were here visiting at the White House. And President Trump held a press conference, and it got a little cray-cray because at the same time he was talking, Elon was tweeting, and we knew the bromance was rocky, but it fell apart absolutely today. Elon was against this big, beautiful bill. He said it's never big and beautiful, right? It's either slim and beautiful or big and bad, right? And it's going to add more debt, but it's also going to cut on the money printers. Isn't that kind of what the Dems did? Cut on the money printers, and it's just going to raise our debt more, whether you agree with it or not. There's a lot of pork in every bill. I don't care what your politics is. Every single bill in your lifetime from either president or from either side, Dems or reps, have pork in them. That's a fact, all right? So let's just go back and listen to what the president was saying, and then I'll chime in on what Elon was tweeting in real time.
Elon Musk and your big, beautiful bill. What's your reaction to that? Do you think it in any way hurts passage in the Senate, which, of course, what is you're seeking?
Well, look, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. It's the biggest tax cut. You would say people's taxes will go way down, but it's the biggest tax cut in history. We are doing things in that bill that are unbelievable. And when you look at what we're doing for small businesses, for people, for middle-income people, all of the things that we're doing, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles. And they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning. Mr. Secretary, that hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA. And I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, look, we won. We get certain privileges, and one of the privileges, we don't have to appoint a Democrat. NASA is very important. We have great people. General Kane is going to be picking somebody with our. We'll be checking him out and seeing. But he wanted that person, a certain person, and we said no. And I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk. And even with the black eye, I said, "Do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup." But he said, "No, I don't think so," which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill.
Now, to be honest with you, I think the president was very measured. Usually his tool of weapon is a double-barrel shotgun and a machete, never a tweezer when somebody strikes him. So you got to admit, love him or hate him, he was very measured. And he does have a point that Elon has a lot of money to lose with NASA. Elon wanted this certain person to be NASA. And, I just tell the truth, cut through the mess. But this person had given a lot of money to the Democratic Party. Why are you talking about this, Larry? Because I'm going to show you how it's affecting crypto and stock. So this person gave a lot of money to the Democratic Party, all right, which if the Dems would have found out that a nominee gave a lot of money to the Republican Party, the same thing would be happening, the exact same thing, all right? So the outrage would be the same. And then the tax cuts, the EV tax cuts. As a matter of fact, while the president was talking, Elon was tweeting, keep your tax cuts. This bill was passed in the middle of the dark, right? So we're going to look at the stock and what crypto I'm talking about in a minute. But I want you to listen to what Elon was tweeting while the president was talking. OK, so you got two big egos. Like I said, it's only going to last so long. There's a thin line between brilliance and cray-cray.
Do have some more news at the White House. Eamon?
Yes, Scott, this is blistering criticism now from Elon Musk on social media, just responding to the president's event in the Oval Office a short time ago. Elon Musk posting on X, his social media platform, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate." He goes on to post two words, "such ingratitude." Now, that follows on President Trump appearing in the Oval Office alongside the Chancellor of Germany. The president saying that he would have won Pennsylvania without Elon Musk. He was doing just fine. And the president, by his own terms, very measured in his criticism of Elon Musk. But he did say that Musk was for his big spending bill until he came out against it after leaving government, and that Musk had been totally briefed on that spending bill before he left government. Musk taking to social media during that press availability to say that was false. He had not seen the bill until after the fact, and it was done in the dark of night. So an erupting political controversy and sort of political fisticuffs, I guess is the way to describe this, between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, two figures who are just enormously powerful figures on the world stage, who were joined at the hip politically from the summer until last week, and now a major fracture here between the two. The president was, as I say, fairly measured in his criticism of Musk by his own terms in the Oval Office. We'll see if that holds for the rest of the afternoon. Scott, back over to you.
This really is an incredible developing story. I'm wondering if, as a reporter who's covered this from the get-go, who's been in the Oval many times when Musk and the president were there, addressing all of you, just what you make of this such high-profile falling out. Some, I'm sure, would have said this was predictable at some point, that these two powerful personalities were not going to be able to last forever as buddies. I'm just curious, through your own lens, Eamon, what you make of how this has turned into such a public fracture on what, frankly, is a very big stage, a bilateral meeting between the president and the German chancellor.
I mean, I think the way that Elon Musk is doing this speaks to his knowledge of the Oval Office and the knowledge of the pacing and timing of these events, having been there, sort of live tweeting during it, responding to the president in real time and saying that what the president is saying is false, saying the president's expressing ingratitude for the millions of dollars that Elon spent on his campaign. I mean, that is particularly prickly and particularly sticking the knife in politically here. But I think a lot of people would have said that it was remarkable that this political partnership made it as many months as it did. I mean, we're here in June. A lot of people were predicting this back in November because of these two titanic egos, two people with enormous success in their own chosen fields, two people who dominate the world media in real ways on a day-to-day basis. That just the idea that those two volatile forces couldn't exist in the same small space for very long, and yet they were able to have, regular overnights in the Oval Office. Musk spent the night in the Lincoln bedroom several times, he said. The president would invite him over and say, be sure to get the ice cream from the kitchen. It's great here. That kind of thing lasted a lot longer than people thought it would. And now this split, and the split importantly over funding. Elon made his political crusade about deficits and federal spending. He's breaking with the president on that, and then breaking with the president. The president says after the president and his bill took away Elon Musk's EV subsidies that benefit Tesla. Musk has said in the past, we should note, go ahead, take those EV subsidies away. That's fine. Tesla can compete better than the other electric vehicle companies without them. So Tesla will win relatively against the others. So where does all that leave us? I mean, I think Elon Musk has a longer political timeline than Donald Trump does. Trump is leaving office. There will be a 2028 election, and the country will move on in 3 years.
Well, I didn't want to hear the rest of that, but I had to let that play long because it was everything that everybody thought. Now, immediately, who's losing this war? Elon is losing this war. And it is kind of funny. It's just like he had a sleepover and now Elon's like, girl, I took you out. I bought you nice clothes and you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. This is like a spat. But let's look what's going on with these markets. All right. Tesla is getting smacked down. Look at this. Tesla is down 10%. And Larry, why do you have Dogecoin? Because Doge is also down. Doge literally dropped. Look at this. At the same time. Boom, boom. People start selling Dogecoin right when this happens. Exactly the minute this happened. I started getting alerts from, my crypto broker. Doge is tanking. And while the president was speaking, Tesla was tanking. So Elon is losing this battle. And this is why we don't get caught up in all of the politics. We see where the money is. Now, let's keep everything fair. Let's look at where the markets is, the indices at this moment. Look, the NASDAQ is only was down by 48 points, which is not a lot for the NASDAQ these days. The Dow is up. And the S&P is flat. Of course, the market is not over. So this is a direct attack on Tesla and Dogecoin. I currently in Money Moves posted that I am out. I had a small position in Doge. I said I'm out, and I'm out for the remainder of this crypto cycle. This is just me. You guys heard me say this in 2021. I just don't like holding a lot of coin that is tied to one person and not based on the price of crypto, altcoins, bitcoins, meme coins, tokenomics, everything that actually matters, right? What a greater fool will pay for it, but just off of one person. So this is why I don't have any Trump coin and I don't have any, now I don't have any Dogecoin because my stop loss went bye-bye. And so I'm good. I'm not getting back in, though I don't think the crypto market is over. I know you guys going to say, is it over? No, it's not over. This is one coin, okay? Not based on this, all right? But we do need Bitcoin to hold around above 102. At this point, you guys heard the live last night. So that's what I wanted to talk about. We wanted to talk about that. Oh, Circle. Look at this, good people. Circle, all right? Circle had it is a stable coin company, IPO'd today, okay? Circle IPO'd today, and let me show you what happened. So look at this, good people. We could see Circle IPO'd today. Circle stock soared over 190% after IPO as stablecoin giant makes market debut. And so it debuted today, and what happened? Look at that, good people. Up even now, 171%. Look at that. Now, it was supposed to open up in the 30s, okay? First the 20s, then the 30s, then the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. This happens when you have an overhyped IPO. But the sad part about it is a lot of times when these open up, the big boys are able to buy before you are, okay? And then soon as you get in and it starts to run up, the market got halted. Why? It got halted because it ran up too much too fast. So they have to halt the market so you can't continue to make money really quick. That's what I'm saying. All right. And so now it ran up 170%. And then what happens is somebody bought it right here. Look at that, good people. Somebody bought it at 97. This is why I don't chase. Somebody bought it at 97 bucks. And that somebody is not me. Okay. I'm just going to wait till it cool off if I even get into it. I always tell people that I just don't do it. We got to see what tomorrow holds. Now, if you got in, at the 30s and the 40s, which you're probably an institution or you or whatever, because they halted. And, you're waiting all day for the IPO is supposed to come out, and they keep waiting until the big boys load up on it. Check it out. And then you and I can't get in it. And then as soon as we get in, the price run up, and then FOMO comes in and it jumps the price up, and people are paying ridiculous amounts of money. OK, so look at that. Boom. All right. So I believe it finally opened at 84, but that's where you and I could get it. OK, before it was on the private market. All right. So that's what's going on with that. And then I had a Xena. Now, Xena is a company that I did in my market update in Money Moves. And I talked about this stock in the pre-markets. And I just said market movers, the ones that were moving the most. All right. And this is what's going on right now. All right. So now we're getting some news here. Let me take a picture here, even as we speak. Trump says Musk went crazy, suggesting cutting government contracts for his company. That just came in. So it's going to be back and forth. Here we go. We see it right there. Trump says Musk went crazy. Trump says Musk went crazy, suggesting cutting government contracts for his companies. Look at that. All right. All right. So here we go. Here we go. And it's just going to get crazy back and forth. And you have two, just like the gentleman said, I didn't agree with the last part of that. But what he said about two big egos is the truth. I got that one female friend who, when EVs, this is what's crazy. I know. All right, guys, the stock and crypto part is over. OK, but I got to say this because it's just killing me. I got this one friend. Right. And she's older, hated EVs. I hate EVs and, oil. One of these people that says God loves oil, which is just ridiculous. God loves people. All right. And the people that work in the coal mines that produce the oil. But anyway, she goes, God loves oil. I was just like, oh, you one of those craze. Nah, right. Just crazy. Just crazy. It has nothing to do with what side or who you voted for. Just cray. Right. And she's like, I don't like EVs and this is crazy. This was years ago. Right. And I came on this platform and I said one day, about 3 years ago, I said one day you're going to see Elon and Donald Trump smiling together and taking pictures. And I said that about 2 years ago when they were at the opposite sides, didn't like each other. Right. And then boom, the bromance started. Right. Then I saw her later. Then she's like, well, I just think Elon it's unfair what they're doing to him. He's a patriot. He's a great American citizen. And he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart and all of this. Right. And she said that. And I'm looking at her like, but you forgot what you said. OK, then I'm going to see her. I'm going to go out of my way to see her. And I'm going to go, hey, did you hear what's going on? And I bet you she's like, Elon was crazy from birth. He was never straight in the head. He was always crazy. Look, guys, I just keep it real here. That's why we got to separate ourselves, our emotions from these politics. Put people over politics. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Me personally, I'm an individual, but I just can't wait to see her, right? I'm sorry I had to bore you guys with this, but it's eating me alive. I literally want to run right now, get in my car and drive over there, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to see how we can make money with Tesla. I'm out of Dogecoin, period. I'm just out. Now, Elon is going to go on. He's going to do some things with the robots and all of that. And, you know, I believe Tesla will rise again. I believe this could be an overreaction. I would say you probably need to go to the charts and see, will this turn around? But I wouldn't be quick to jump back in. I would let this war calm down first. That's what I would do. All right. So good people. Money Moves is going to be the only one that is in the links below today. Money Moves is going to be in the link today. Now, I am doing, on Tuesday, I did a live training, not live trading, though I did give a play on APLD. And for the person that said, oh man, I sold too late. I sold too early. I'm up 300%. I sold too early. It kept running. This is why you get out. It's cooling off now, right? Never apologize for taking profits, okay? And never apologize for selling options and not running the risk overnight, though you're still probably okay. But Money Moves is where we are doing options for dummies. Everybody keeps asking, and the answer is yes. Every single lesson is still up as of now, and it's going to be up for a while, okay, good people? So every lesson, if you know nothing about options, this is the class for you. If you're an options genius and you're options pro, this class is not for you. Come and join us, earn and learn. I got portfolios there. I post everything I'm doing with crypto. I post everything I'm doing with long-term investments and swing trades. All right. I know this one is long. I wasn't even going to make a video today because I was going to spend time. I've been spending all morning in Money Moves. All right. So come join us. We will see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn. We got jobs coming in the morning. So let's see how that goes. Peace.